Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in. Check out your boy, P Farm. Thinking right out here in my lab, and I'm down the my comedic tree of life rabbit hole. Man, this is getting fun. We in the lesson number 3, aka chapter 3. But this gonna be a lesson about how to understand the cosmic mythograph and the philosophy of theurgy. Theurgy, the study of the gods, the science of God. All right, let's go. Should be fun. Rightisms, 25 rules to live by. Storytelling, story with a message. There's always a message in my stories for life. I give life lessons. You tune in and receive them. I appreciate you. We got a good thing going. Let's do what we do. Right thinking mission is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Right thinking way of life through mental and spiritual discipline practice daily will help and guide you to obtain your goal of reaching spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself or self mastery. My mission is that all right thinkers know thyself. If you're a right thinker, your goal is to know thyself. See where we're going with this? Let's get that together. So I asked the question, do you know you? You will when I get through. That's what I do for you. It's rhetorical, but if you don't have the answer for yourself, tune in. I got you. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not is foolish. Disregard them. Don't be them. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not is simple, but you can teach them. That's why I do what I do for you. I appreciate you too. Stay tuned. I got more for you. A person who knows not and believe and think that they know is dangerous. Avoid them. I do. A person who knows and knows not that they know is spiritually asleep. I can awaken them. I'm your spiritual alarm clock here to wake you up with knowledge of self. That's what I do for you. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you. Right thinkers, know thyself and to my God be true. We in chapter 3, lesson number 3, and it says P. Funk's philosophy on how to understand the cosmic mythograph and the philosophy of theurgy. Okay, it's the science of God. This is why the Gnostics say they knew God. Why? They experienced God because they practiced theurgy, the science of God. If we look forward, and we're gonna go more in this book, we are in the rabbit hole now, so you know once I started, here we go. So I'm here. Let's rock. If we look beyond the outer manifestation of the myth and engage in the serious, in-depth mythology, getting the meaning. Never mind if it's real, not real. Get the message, get the plot, get the meaning of the life, the message that the lesson that's being taught. So the daily study of myths, sometimes or something most people are not usually willing to do. I, on the other hand, feel different. But even though myths is the surface esoteric aspect of all religions. They brought on by mythological, theological concepts, but theurgy proves them out. So religion, belief systems don't want theurgy. All right. So we discovered a higher philosophical perspective and also a way to relate ourselves to the characters of the myth. Just like the Christians, they want you to be like Christ. Same thing. So the myth, and thereby you are able to discover the same mysteries that the ancient practitioners discovered for themselves, and you find the same powers that they found. I claim the blood of Jesus still works. Knowledge and understanding still works. Okay? And many times when people look at the Kemetic religion or the African religion in general or the Indian religion, etc., they see what they consider a lot of gods and goddesses by misinterpretation. Oh, they celebrate, yeah, ignorance. Okay, but they see them as many god and goddesses, and some people as prideful Westerners, egotistical, ignorant people, think that they have real and advanced religion because we only celebrate one God in the form of Judaism or Islam or Zoroastrianism and even, Christianity. Y'all in that boat. So because it is supposedly be monotheistic. And it's supposedly based on the real one God that supposedly existed. Whenever you hear them say, supposedly, they believe, could be, meaning they don't know. Just say that, we don't know. Okay, let it go. Damn it, all this, well, supposedly, no, if he did or he didn't. So, it supposedly existed and even interacted with the people at a specific point in time in history, while the religions of others are, by comparison, only mere speculations and myths in the sense of what? Fake, or at least incorrect religious practice. That ain't what I'm saying. That's what they saying. And I get the concept and I understand, so I just put it to you and let you make your own decision. I'm not hell bent on that religion thing. And there's a whole bunch of reasons why, and they tell you all the time. It's made up by that man. That ain't ours. Okay, spirituality is ours. Y'all even got the Bible, the original Bible. They tell you that's in Ethiopia. Y'all still use the King James version after being showed and told. Y'all don't care. That's what I'm saying about them Christians. They die hard. Once they get you and they got y'all mind so messed up, the truth won't even free you. Y'all don't want the truth, so y'all can't be free. They got y'all. That's slavery. When they got you bound so tight, you can't even free yourself. Cause why? Because you hell bent on what they told you and what you believe. So you ain't trying to be free. Moving on. But this is, of course, having a limited view, but also an erroneous misinterpretation and understanding that's based on the first misinterpretation of your own religious concepts. I'm not saying that. They are. I use that because I hear and understand why what they say and what they say is the truth. Y'all really got y'all concept misconstrued. If you gonna take a human being and put him in the cave for 3 days and he gonna come back alive, that's just not possible. We used it for the accuracy of the sun. Remember, that's the concept of Christ coming back, and he always come back. Hell, when he going to the west right now, we hoping he come back tomorrow. Why? That's gonna give us life. Without him, we ain't got it. So it ain't a person that brings life to save the world. Moving on, but that's still it. Misinterpretation of the concept that y'all set for. They don't even realize that contained under the surface appearance of what? The other religious concepts of many gods and goddesses, there is a science, a proven science, that the sacred science and the theurgy. Theo means what? Means related to the divine. Is the divine. Theology is the study of divine, God study. And ergy means science. So you got what? The science of God and goddesses. That's what you're learning. And you elevate your consciousness by showing us, it elevates our consciousness by showing us the intricate aspects of what we call the Neteru, the aspects and attributes that's inside of you, the gods with an S, and goddesses also with an S, and what they represent. And if we begin to really truly understand, a lot of us who study do, I'm one of them, what they represent, then we'll be able to what? Master oneself through what? The cosmic forces in which, in other words, you fully understand creation itself. And in order to realize that, there is a deeper aspect to all religions. We need to do what the ancient commissions did. Are you ready? And they called it ab. What that means? That means to purify oneself, purify ourselves first. Purification, and you do this through daily practice of Maya, righteous action, selfless service, and in the three aspects of action, which is what? Your thoughts, your words, and your deeds. I tell you, if what they say don't match what they do, don't trust them. They all should match up. Thoughts, words, and deeds. And then it's also important to study the religious text that you following. My dude, he got one book. I tell everybody, I got a nice library of books I study. Just got me a new one. Oh, I couldn't wait to share this. Speaking of books, I just got my new book in. This the guy who I've been studying a long time. As a Mason, I thought he was a Mason because he wrote all the Masonic literature that I read back in the day. So I knew about Manly P. Hall, but I didn't know his story. That brother did what I've done. Studied everybody's philosophy, everybody's concept for the Middle East, the Egyptians, everybody. I got mastery of all your religious concepts. So I know what y'all say, and he did the same thing. And when he brought it to y'all, scholarly and brought a lecture, y'all used his explanation of y'all work because he understood, comprehended, and presented to you better than y'all can do yourself. Albert Pike, take that. Now, here's the 8-step a day in the Masonic Lodge. He know Masonry the better than they do. I can do that too now. Moving on. Oh, I do have Masonic knowledge too. I was a dean instructor for 15 years. I've been teaching a long time, so just want to let you know this is what I do. And I told God, if this is my calling, why you put me through that nonsense? So yeah, that was my resume. I passed, so I got the job. Now I do what I do to help you. So again, it's important that you make studying your religious scripts beyond the limited stages of the myth and ritual. I mean, you live it, you become it. My dude lived that book. He going through Job. I watched him transform through every aspect of his life since I've been knowing him, and it's all biblical. I ain't got a problem with that. So what they're saying is, and I'm trying to explain to you, if you're practicing theurgy, that means you act as a theurgist. You just apply the characteristics, the teachings of the Neteru that you're learning about, divinities, the gods, to those 3 aspects of your actions daily in your life. What you got to do, you start acting like them. You start talking like them. And you start thinking like them. Ain't that how you take over somebody's identity? Ain't that how you become somebody? But the highest form of flattery is what? Imitation. So you got the highest gods and goddesses you can flatter by. You emulate them by practicing being just like them. And there's no harm in that. Okay? I got them all. Okay, but you got the 3 aspects, and that's what I just gave you, broke it down. So, and then when you start feeling, they come so much, it feel like them, and eventually what happened, you will end up becoming what? Like them in real life. It would manifest in you. And I have experienced and explained this before, that these are the aspects of what? Being. Just being. Kepri, the scarab beetle, he represents coming into being. Sunrise is coming into being. This is all philosophical, esoteric teaching that once you understand it and learn it, you can use it. That's what it's for. They call it hidden knowledge, esoteric. No, it's just those who want it. Everybody don't want it. That's the first thing. I know I ain't mainstream. I can damn about mainstream, okay? But the people who come follow me, listen to me, want something. I got what they want. I know just what they want. That's why I give it to them daily. And again, it's all aspects of you just being. Speaking in terms, being able to articulate worldly manifestations for yourself. You can think it, you can believe it, you can pray and wish all you want, but if you ain't manifesting it, it's all for naught. So whatever it is you practicing, your job is to manifest it. Learn it, study it, get it, whatever. But your job is to manifest. What is being something? And if a detective, okay, what's this? How you can find out about people. This is another one of the aspects. A detective will go into your house, okay? If you want to know, I tell everybody, personal shit right here. If you want to know about a person, go in their bedroom. That's where the person let they self, be themselves. And you'll see what kind of person y'all by their bedroom. I'm just saying, ain't nobody, well, very, very few people keep a clean bedroom. I know I don't. So, and I tell people, man, listen, everything else is, but don't go to bedroom. No, don't go to bedroom. No, that's my mess. That's I call it my creative mess. It's mine, but I create it, so I live amongst it. I got you, and we all do. So I ain't no different. But I just a little tidbit. We can dress every other room up. We don't dress the bedroom up. Okay, just a little tidbit. But you go into a house, okay, in an attempt to know about the person, they would say this kind of clothes that he wore, the person, and this language that he spoke, and this the person he spoke, and these are the kinds of people he hung out with, things about people he hung out with, and things that you wrote or said that express your feelings. Through all of these things, a detective can tell about you, the person, without even meeting you. That's doing detective work. That's what they do it for, all right? But even being there without them meeting you previously, but these are external things, reflections of your inner nature, how you carry yourself, what you do. And by that's it. But they are also disciplinary practices that you can use to discover the inner realities. They allow you to have a different form of energy, a different form of feeling to what? Be able to be discovered and experienced for yourself. You can do this work yourself. For example, a person who grew up a thug, okay, or a thief, drug dealer, perfect example, thinks and acts and feels a certain way. True facts. But if they were to act in accordance with their teachings, with these teachings, and to adapt the ethics and the moral and the change of thoughts and the way they look and act and feel of themselves, and they will become what? Be divine. With those persons would change their external perceptions, and they will eventually internally, psychologically, and spiritually recognize that these other ways of being are more in line with what? Their intimate, internal, essential nature. Being good suits me. Being bad was never my strong suit. I forced I forced myself to do that, and it was never fun. Why? It wasn't. It went against who and how I was. I didn't know that then, but I do now. I know why, dude. So it was hard for me. So to do the wrong thing, but he had a problem with it. Dude, you got man. No, I ain't that dude. Okay, so I wasn't built for that. Like I said, I forced myself to do it because it was bringing the money and I was in that situation, and I put that in my mind to do. But once I paid the consequences, I ain't thought twice about selling drugs in over 40 years. Spent most of my childhood, adult life selling drugs. When I went to prison, I stopped that nonsense. Simple. So that's what I'm trying to tell you. You can change if you want to, and that's all, again, self-discipline. But in life, you are the decision maker, be it good or bad. So your choice, and that's what we need to do. So again, to order to manifest the deities, the qualities that you got to practice and learn, you start acting like those divinities, those god and goddesses. You start emulating their qualities. You start thinking like them. You start speaking like them. You start speaking the truth, makaru, from the heart, honest, forthright, and that they all speak. You gradually will become them. You're bettering yourself. You're growing into a better person by using the things that will help you do just that. I'm here every day to do that for you. Or, as I explained before, you have to discover those qualities in yourself for yourself, and they are inherent in you. All you got to do is reach them out, pull them out, and you find those qualities where? Within you, not outside you. They're in you. You have them. Therefore, now you're actually finding God. Where? In you, not outside you. And I tell you, religion, if you tell me God is sitting up in my cloud somewhere in the heaven, nah, my man, I ain't even mess with you. Why? I know better. So this is why we teach our ancestral, our ancient Egyptian philosophical concept, not this new religion concept. Okay? But when you have discovered these gods and divinity qualities in you by practicing and emulate and master them, now you are what? Your master of what? Yourself. You have control over these energies that they represent. You have power That's where the power of knowledge comes in. Self-knowledge gives you what? Superpower. All right? That you are now actually what? Manifested. You're created. That's the power that God gave us in his image. We can manifest from thinking, taking it to heart, verbally saying it, and then manifesting it. That's what we are able to do. But which was this? And to manifest what? These qualities that was already what? Dormant inside you. And because you were ignorant and lost of that idea through the world distractions in your ego, in the world, your own ego notions kept you from what? Knowing yourself, being your best self. And that's the one you got to conquer first. In order for you to make that happen, the ego got to be submitted. You got to conquer him, not kill him, but put him in the servitude position where he works for you. He don't work you. He don't run you. The ego's a good servant, a bad leader. Okay? So when you traverse the spears, okay, of the tree of life, you're going up the tree of life, you are actually what? You're expanding your consciousness, your knowledge of self by discovering each divine quality that lies within yourself for yourself. And these are the principles that you have to study, practice through meditation on them, and you have to adopt what we call the spiritual disciplines, which are the principles of 42 Professional Maya. Of each netter, they are responsible for aspects of your character. And if you live and do it right, they will vouch for you at Judgment Day by giving you the nod, like, yep, he didn't, he didn't, he didn't. But if you did and say you didn't, they're going to shortstop you and block you. That's why you have to acquire the knowledge and understanding of all of them. And as, what's that? Adopt each, master each netter, though. God and goddess, male and female aspects of yourself. And since they are all connected into other divinities, like the nervous system and the brain, all these electrons, they all connected to one. And they give you entry into other levels, higher levels of what? Aspects and consciousness of what? The divine. The divine, which is God, is spirit and consciousness. The more conscious you get of who you are, the more divine you become by the quality that you learn to master to get there. That's why. Of course, as you see, the way that the tree it is laid out, you naturally want to go what? That way in the tree, naturally, in the vertical direction. Horizontal is this way, vertical is that way. All right, but as much you want to go vertical as much as possible. I mean, you want to keep going up till you reach the top. The pyramid represents. All start out down here, but it thin out. The higher you go, the better they get. That's the rule. That's the name of the game. Only the strong survive. Only those who acquire self-knowledge will stay alive in the next life. Watch this. The tree is laid out vertically, this way. But it is also two-dimensional sheets. But you must really understand that it's vertical for real. So if you really lay it out as it should be, like those little cartoon pop-up books where it pops up, when you open it, the picture pops up. It should be vertical, sticking up, perpendicular, and to the ground. And some helic components, which are, you ready? This is information you need to know. From the highest level, this is also discussed in the Anuian theurgy book, as well as referred to it also. Ra is the divinity, which represents number one. Everything comes from the one and one. But recall, all of these that we are talking about related to the tree has to do with the realm of the time and space, right here, Earth. In this realm of generation, beyond time and space, is the absolute. Beyond time and space, there is no what? Generation. No sex. No regeneration. No, ain't none of that happen. Man, I don't want to go there. Yes, yeah. Off the table. Take the penis, like a saw, throw it in the water, let the fish have. Why? It ain't gonna do you no good when you going, like my man said, going back to the future. He said, well, what about the rules? Well, we don't need no stinking rules. So when you go into the afterlife, you don't need those stinking sex organs. Okay, so penis, vagina, thermite. In this meaning, there is no generation of things, life, nothing, or forms. Just the, what you call that, Urantia, the region of Aminta, or we call it the Dua, okay, the afterlife, the world. But Urantia means what? That place where nothing grows. That's it. That's where the spirits go to rest for eternity. All right. There's nothing even no thoughts, no words, no ideas, no sex, no duality, nothing. There is only oneness. Everything go back to the one. And that is what we call the all, the absolute. And when you come one with that, you just there. You don't worry about nothing else, but you know who you are. That's the caveat. And this, excuse me, that is where the tree is taking us out of the realm of generation and to the realm of what? Absolute. Infinity, eternity, immortality, whatever you want to call it. It's becoming one with God, becoming conscious of that fact, because that's what you need to do. Now, in this realm of generation, the physical realm, the top, the area of the tree, the absolute differentiations him or herself in many aspects, many cosmic forces, many forms, many levels of existence, of consciousness. They say 7, some say 11. Depending on who crack game you playing in. And we are living here with at the bottom. Okay, we're at the bottom of the barrel. That's hell. Okay, we're in the physical world, and we call the bottom level top. That's the earth, aka hell. Okay, so I'm gonna stop this right there. I see, man, this thing's getting a little longer, but good information. Hope you understand. Oh, I'll be right back with some more. I'm just looking at and see where I'm going with this. But now, right thinkers, me, you all there to be 100. Me, 100 miles a day. So I know that my right thinkers who now understand the cosmic graph and the philosophy of theurgy have passed away. I'll be right back.